And
Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. We going straight to the moon.
Yo, what's good with it, Pack fam? This your boy, Mr. Check My Resume, man. I'm coming to give y'all my watch list for the week of June the 13th. We're gonna get right into it. I don't have a lot of tickers to show y'all tonight, so we kind of know what's going on. We kind of got the same sentiment as we've had pretty much the entire year. So really, we're just gonna jump right into the list, man. First one on my list, we're gonna pick up on ON Semiconductors. As we all know, we took this trade to the upside a few weeks ago. This trade ran up to about $70 or so. I want to say 67.19. So, I think this one here went up maybe 500%, maybe close to 1,000. I didn't even track where it ended up. But this one was just one that popped to the upside. So now we saw it hit a broadening formation, weekly level BF. And so now we're looking for it to push down, looking at a potential rail strat on the week and pushing down to about the $53 level. But we got a rail strat here on the week to the downside right off the broadening formation, textbook strat, below 59.65. So that'll be what I'm looking at from the conservative perspective. We'll see what happens in terms of the overall sentiment. But yeah, so this would be ON Semiconductors rail strat on the week. First one on the list. Next one here, I want to talk about D-Dog. This is another one here, pretty straightforward. We've got an inside week setting up, potential 212 to the downside. We've also still got an inside month, so we're still inside on the month with the strong shooter sitting here. So we can tell who's in control. The buyers are not. So we are looking for a 212 to the downside. Below 93.81 is my level for entry there. Then I'm looking to take this one down to this broad information level. You got one around 85. Then, it may push down to about the $80 range is kind of what I'm thinking on these puts here. So that'll be my idea for D-Dog, Data Dog. And, pretty straightforward, man. It's not much to really reference there. I'm taking that one to the broad information level. And that'll be pretty much it with that one. Next one is DBX Dropbox. DBX, looking at an inside week here on DBX. Right off the broadening formation. Beautiful rejection here. Looking for this 212 on the week below 21.97. Setting up really nice. So I like the way that Dropbox is looking here. Looks like we got this fail two up. Hammer shooter combo looking like here on the month. So we'll go back red below. What is this? Where we open up at $20.98. So we don't have far before we'll get back into continuity here on Dropbox. So keep your eyes out for Dropbox. Take this 212 down to the below this 21.97 level, and I'm looking to take it to around the $20 level. Be a good level for me to take an exit. I'm not trying to be too greedy with these, just trying to play these to the broad information levels that I have mapped out. So keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. Still in the nope. We are moving out of tech now. Gonna head over to a couple hedge plays. These are just more so continuations, but I want to highlight them because I think they're still in play. So first one here, just to really quickly run through, we've got UVXY where we had an outside week. We are really just looking for UVXY to give us some continuation this week. And so just be mindful of that. We've got our broad information set, and we'll see what happens. I know many of us are already in UVXY as well as VXX VIX to the upside, even VIX. So I know folks are anticipating this to continue, so we'll see what happens there. So just wanted to highlight that. If you're not in already, you can try to take that continuation on the week. Me personally, I like to find those intraday entries. Similar setup here on VXX. Outside week last week. Looking for a continuation this week. See what happens. We had 5 consecutive red weeks, and we just broke out with a very strong week last week. So looking for a continuation. We'll see what happens before it gets there. We might get a little choppiness, but we'll see what happens. But those I know plenty of us are in VIX for expiration this Friday as well. So we'll be monitoring that one all week, I'm sure. But looking for a continuation on these bad boys, but it could be some choppiness this week. So it's one of those situations. Feel like you take it to a level or a target that you have, take your profit. It's one of those weeks. So we've been choppy these last couple of weeks. So even though we had a little downside movement, VIX didn't really move to the end of the week last week. So just be mindful of things like that. So anyway, let's keep it rolling. Couple hedges I'm looking at. Now let's get over into the healthcare. What I want to talk about that we actually played to the upside. Got a monster move to the upside. Killed that. Killed them. Perfect. That was kind of how that went. This is MRK. So looking at Merck here on the week, we got a couple different setups going around here. Main one I'm looking at is the week, but we do also have a rail strap potentially here on the month. But I'm sorry, that is what I'm looking at. Is the rail strap on the month, my bad. The week already reversed. We are in continuation on the week. So let me clarify that. Looking at this rail strap on the week here. Level entry would be below last week's low. So we're looking at an entry below 86.36 on MRK. So again, we had this weekly rev. That entry already occurred. So if you're not in early on that entry, this is the next trigger, next time frame we're looking at the trigger. So it looks like continuity is turning over to the downside here on MRK. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. That should be a solid one. Looks like we're going down. You know how I do. Start pulling out that Michael Jackson. I'm going down. But anyway, oh, that ain't Michael Jackson. I'm tripping. Y'all got me tripping tonight. That's my other side. All right, next one I got on my list, materials, and that is WPM. Wheaton Precious Metals. So anyway, wheat and precious metals. Y'all already know, man. Precious metal pumpers. They've been chilling for the last, month or two. Not too much out of the precious metal pumpers, but looks like we trying to set up here. We found some buyers last week, looks like. So we'll see what happens. We had a strong pull down after we hit this high, this 51.91 level. And then we just shot straight down, and it's been kind of choppy ever since. So it looks like we found some buyers last week looking for a rev strat on the week, potentially above $42.78. So we don't have far to go per se, but we just monitoring wheat and precious metals. We think fundamentally it should give us some strength here. So we'll see what happens. It's in a decent buy level. I can tell you $50 is way above what it typical price range for it. So makes sense that we did have that pull down. So now we'll see what happens with WPM, wheat and precious metals. We got a lot of conflict on that one, so we need to be careful. Inner light decides to take it. Next one is ketchup. This is another 8 upside play. So I think that's 2 besides the hedges. First here on catch up, we got the rail strap potential on the day. Then we got the big boy inside week here. First off, let me talk about the day. We got a potential rail strat. Level for entry will be above $37.66. Very straightforward, but we do have a BF on above his head here. What level is that? Like 38 bucks. So just be mindful of that. It touched it and got rejected last week, just a smidgen. So we'll see what happens. Looks like it's ready to go and retest. Now on the week, we've got an entry on the week of 212 above 3806 would be the level for entry, or above that level, I should say. So we're looking for that one as well to continue to give us that upward trajectory is the idea here. Also on the month, we got a fail to down, looks like. So we'll see what happens if it continues to try to go test the other side of that range. We're here on the 12th. This will be the 13th through the 17th week. Not sure if we got enough juice to go and test the other side of that range. About $45 on KHC, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's keep it rolling. I was in and out of staples. Only one of them, Next one here, I want to talk about another downside setup, and that is Penn Gaming. PENN. Looks like on Penn we had a little bit of an upside move, and there we go. And then we just had a very healthy shooter here on the day, Friday, which created us a shooter on the week as well. So we're looking at the rev strat potentially on the week below $31.84. So again, also we are inside on the month on Penn Gaming. Continuities favoring the downside. We kind of, we kind of see what's going on. We got a shooter here on the month, so look for this one to push down. We got targets. You got targets to the left that you can identify and play from there. But yeah, look for Penn downside move here. Rev strat on the week. And my last ticker is PINS, so Pinterest. Pinterest. First on Pinterest, let me get my charts together. All right, so Pinterest. Couple things. First off, on the day, we had the 212 to the downside on Friday. Very strong move after a very strong, push up that week or 2 weeks prior. So came back, pushed down, which gave us a shooter on the week as well. So we're looking at this 1-2-2 hammer shooter combo on the week. 1-2-2 to the downside, below $19.14. Man, just be mindful of that. Oh, look like I missed the product information. But yeah, I like that setup there on Pinterest. So keep your eyes peeled for that setup as well. And that's essentially all I've got for today, or for tonight. And with that, I'm gonna let y'all have it. Y'all have a good rest of y'all evening, and I'll catch y'all in the Discord, man. Y'all have a great night. Peace.